Hi everybody, and welcome to our final day of the week, TNT, as we take you through a wander through the main stories around Thailand. Now tomorrow we're going to take you on our first walk through this next journey of mine, which is starting a resort. It's going to be warts and all. There's not going to be any fancy models or voiceovers or music, but we'll take you through all the processes that I have to go through between now and the first customers arriving, hopefully in September, and that starts tomorrow. And of course on Sunday we've got Grumpy Old Men with Steve Ross. But let's get started today, and this is an ongoing story reported by Reuters this time, and it says Thailand Air Force says US has denied request to buy F-35 jets. So what unfolded in the media yesterday was a whole series of, excuses from the Thai Air Force as to why the United States wouldn't sell the F-35 jets. Let's see if we can find some hub of truth in all this. The United States has declined to sell its F-35 stealth fighter jets to Thailand over issues with training and technical requirements. Thailand, which was designated a major non-NATO ally by the US in 2003, had last year set aside a 13.8 billion baht budget for the new jets to replace its aging, mostly US-made F-5 and F-16 fighters. It identified up to 8 Lockheed Martin F-35A jets as its target, but sale of the 5th generation fighters was subject to conditions that included time constraints, technical requirements and maintenance compatibility, and the US was therefore unable to offer the sale. And that's according to the Thai Air Force Air Chief Marshal. The F-35 is one of the world's most advanced fighter aircraft and is considered a sensitive export sold only to the United States' closest allies, which in the Indo-Pacific includes Australia, Japan, South Korea and Singapore. So I was reading all this yesterday and thinking, I think there's more to this. Maybe Reuters have hit the nub of the story in this next paragraph. Those warm ties have, however, been strained by the Thai military's coups against elected governments in 2006 and 14 and concerns about overtures by army-backed governments towards rival power, China. So that sounds like a much more legitimate reason. The Bangkok Post, who is generally pro-government, pro the past government, have reported this. The Air Force Vice Marshal Prapas says the US requires a minimum of 10 years to process its supply of F-35A jets to a new buying country before delivering. He says as part of that, the buying country needs to install specific infrastructure, training and security systems, as the jets are designed with new technical and operational concepts and possess stealth capability, he said. So you'd imagine that any new jet of this sort of sophistication would involve a few years of training and the setup of the infrastructure. And this new jet will have to fly above the skies of the seas where Thailand's new Chinese submarines are sailing. But the Thai Air Force seemed to have shaken off the slur and got on with things. According to the source, the Royal Thai Air Force is still considering buying another fleet of Gripen fighter jets from Sweden's Saab AB. The Air Force had bought a fleet of 12 Gripen fighters, which are based at Wing 7 at Suratani, but lost one in a crash. And this is a Wikipedia listing about the Saab JAS-39. And it says that it's a light, single-engine, multi-role fighter aircraft manufactured by the Swedish aerospace and defence company Saab. The Gripen has a delta wing and canard configuration with relaxed stability design and fly-by-wire flight controls. So it looks like the money set aside by the previous government to buy those American fighters might be heading to Sweden instead. Heading to this story from nationthailand.com, Deputy Governor Tapani set to take over as the Tourism Authority of Thailand chief. The Tourism Authority of Thailand has selected Tapani Kiatpaibun, its Deputy Governor for Domestic Marketing, to be the next governor. She's set to replace the current TAT Governor Yutasak Supasorn, who retires at the end of August. According to the source, Tapani, who's a 24-year veteran at the tourism agency, was one of two shortlisted candidates for TAT governor after a third candidate, an outsider, was found to lack qualifications. Down the bottom there, Tapani is expected to start her new role as the next TAT governor on September the 1st. Just a bit of background, she served as the TAT's Deputy Governor for Tourism Products and Business between October 2019 and September 2021, before becoming Deputy Governor for Domestic Marketing in October 2021. And good luck to her. Now, I've been a bit of a critic of the TAT in its outrageous exaggeration of tourism numbers over the years, called them out numerous times, made a few enemies along the way, but I believe you deserve to know exactly what's happening with tourism numbers, because they're an important indicator as to the health of Thailand's important tourism industry. So enough of my criticism in the past. One of our viewers has given his thoughts. Aussie Bob says, judging by the vast majority of comments on this video and also my own contacts in Thailand, TAT are now, as always, giving totally false tourist numbers. This refers to a story a couple of days ago from the patiamail.com, and they were, I suppose, pushing forward their version of the numbers, quoting people in the Pattaya tourism industry. As I said earlier today, this is Aussie Bob. They're scamming the numbers, and in my opinion, the organisation's management should be sacked and charged with fraud. Hopefully the new Move Forward Party-led government will address the TAT lies and distortions that have been going on for many years, ever since the junta gave them free rein to be their PR department. I stated at the time that 40 million tourists had not entered Thailand in 2019, because TAT claimed 4.3 million from Malaysia, 1.8 million from Laos, 900,000 from Cambodia and 4,000 from Myanmar, a total of 23.8 million. I reckon, he says, 80+% of those numbers are a scam. Plus, TAT counts as tourists or foreigners arriving in Thailand who are not all tourists. They're workers, businessmen, expats, family, etc. TAT claimed them all as tourists and make up an arbitrary number that claim they all spend, and then claim they've brought hundreds of billions into the economy and they got paid big bonuses. Total scam. Those comments might be just a little bit harsh, but certainly they can be accused of demonstrable exaggeration in the past, and we hope the next governor has better luck with her abacus and calculator. Big thanks to 5 Star Marine. There is a link in the description for a special offer for TNT viewers, so click on that, have a read, and good luck when you're next coming to Phuket. Well, before we go on, yes, I do have a bit of a swollen eye here. I was bitten by a bee on Wednesday afternoon, and it has caused my eye to swell a bit. I'm not really in any pain or anything, but I know it looks a bit odd, so apologies for that. Now, getting to and from Thailand is an important issue for all of you. So we go to this story from nationthailand.com. Really Cool Airlines to begin service in first quarter of 2024. Pati Sarasin's new airline, Really Cool Airlines, is to spread its wings to Asia in the first quarter of next year, with flights to Singapore, Tokyo, Hong Kong and Taiwan, according to its CEO. Pati, who's making a comeback after stepping down as CEO of Nok Air 5 years ago, added that European destinations would be added to the schedule in 2025. So how is this airline different from any other airline? I'm glad you asked. Let's see what it says. The airline will also offer a limited number of Really Cool Us digital memberships. I thought it said US, but it actually means us. This interactive membership program allows members to customize their travel according to their preferences. The initial members of this interactive members group will receive numerous exclusive privileges through the legendary series, a first in the airline industry. That's just a whole lot of PR waffle. Let's see if we can see what that actually means. The Legendary Series is an exclusive offer available to only 999 members worldwide. It provides valuable benefits and various surprises designed to enhance the satisfaction of international travellers. Clients who are part of the initial group of Really Cool Airlines membership program will receive tangible benefits and experience the excitement of witnessing the yearly steady growth and expansion of Really Cool Airlines network. So I don't know if you're going to get a piece of stale cake or you're going to get to sit up the front. The nation Thailand really have done nothing but publish the PR release from Really Cool Airlines. And there they are talking about really cool us. The least they could have done was wear a tie. Bit more aviation information, and this from australianaviation.com.au, and this refers to services coming from the south of Thailand, and ways that you can get from Australia through Southeast Asia into Thailand. Singapore, that's Singapore Airlines, to add 7,000 weekly seats to Australia over year-end peak. Singapore International Airlines will put a fifth daily flight to Sydney from December, extend its A380 service to Melbourne, that's the great big double-decker Airbus, for an extra month before adding a fifth daily flight from November and bring 4 additional flights per week to Adelaide, Brisbane and Perth. These new and expanded services will add at least 7,000 seats per week between Australia and Singapore over the December-January period, with Singapore Airlines Regional Vice President saying the move is in response to anticipated high demand. So quite a few ways of getting into Asia these days, including Vietjet, who added services from the 3 major cities on the east coast into Ho Chi Minh City and then onwards to other Southeast Asian destinations. Moving on to ThaiPBSWorld.com, Move Forward Party stands firm on taking the House Speaker post. This is this ongoing bickering between the 2 leading parties in the new coalition about who's going to take the prestigious House Speaker job. And the Move Forward Party remains firm on its demand for the coveted Speaker of the House position and believes that the Pheu Thai Party, which is vying for the same post, will stay with the coalition even if it does not get it. And that's according to the Move Forward Deputy Leader, Sirikanya Tansakun. And she explained that the party needs the speakership to push through the party's 45 draft bills, which it promised the electorate it would do during the election campaigning, as well as the party's plan to push for constitutional amendments to restore democracy. And some of those constitutional amendments do involve an elected Senate in Thailand. You get the idea. And a bit further down, she said that Pheu Thai should keep in mind the aspiration of the 8 coalition parties to succeed in forming a government and stay in the coalition whether or not the party gets the Speaker chair. And the BangkokPost.com reporting on the matter, taken a slightly more aggressive headline, House Speaker rift widens. And quoting the same lady, she shrugged off speculation that the rift over the post of House Speaker might cause Pheu Thai to pull out of the coalition, saying she believed the party realised how important it was not to dash people's hopes for the new administration. And then writing on Facebook on Tuesday, Pia But, the Secretary-General of the Progressive Movement and the Move Forward Party's election campaign assistant, said the post of the House Speaker is one that the Move Forward Party can't afford to lose. Compromises are desirable in a coalition government, but Move Forward Party should not consider giving the House Speaker post away. And then for his part, the Pheu Thai leader, Cholnan, criticised Mr. Pia But's remarks, saying they were an attempt to pressure prospective coalition partners. And then the deputy Pheu Thai leader said yesterday that Pheu Thai is negotiating over the House Speaker's post. Honour and dignity should be shared. When the MFP wants the post of Prime Minister, the House Speaker's role should be filled by Pheu Thai. So the Thai media love reporting on this bickering between the 2 leading parties in this new coalition. I don't think there's any upside for Pheu Thai to push the issue too hard, but it's just one of those things that the major parties will have to sort out. Now, moving on to something completely different. This reported by coconuts.co, their Bangkok edition, Thailand's most notorious serial killers by the numbers. It was only a matter of time before somebody dug into the history books and found out about other Thai serial killers. The suspected crimes of Sararat Am cyanide, now accused of murdering 14 people with poison, are unusual, not only because the suspect is a woman and pregnant, but also because Thailand is not famous for cultivating serial killers. There have been few known prolific killers with double-digit body counts, and in most cases their reasons to kill have sprung from banal motives, such as money or infidelity, rather than the archetypal thrill killer feeding dark appetites. The only one of Thailand's 10 most infamous serial killers of the past century to match or even eclipse Sararat's alleged crimes wasn't a Thai national, but rather a charismatic Indian-Vietnamese con artist who also tied up loose ends with poison. And that, of course, was from 1975 to 1976, Charles the Serpent Sabraj, who's allegedly responsible for 12 to 20 victims. Charles Sabraj was a conman and serial killer who preyed on tourists travelling in Southeast Asia and killed upward of 14 people in Thailand during the 1970s. And there's a list of the cases in which he was ultimately charged. He was subject of the 2021 Netflix series The Serpent. I found it pretty hard going, more so the subject matter than the production values, which were actually very good. Although he faced charges in Thailand, he was never extradited for trial. After spending 2 decades in an Indian jail, Sabraj was released and 5 years later visited Nepal in 2003. There he was arrested at a casino and sentenced to life for the 1975 murder of Connie Bronzic. After 19 years, he was freed in December last year at the age of 78. We imagine sometime in the future there'll be a series about the antics of Am cyanide. Those investigations continue. Hopefully you're a bit more up to date with things happening around Thailand. This week has just flown by. I appreciate your support and, of course, 5 Star Marine. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you next time.